Hey guys, so today's video was definitely an impromptu one again. I feel like I just said that in my last video. But I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw some sneak peeks of the Dose of Colors. I believe it's called Snow Angels palette. I'm pretty sure it's called Snow Angels. But it's this beautiful, beautiful palette. I'll pop in a picture right here of it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I saw this palette and I was immediately drawn to it. I just thought the color scheme was really different and kind of something that we really haven't seen before. But then I also thought that I can dupe this. I feel like I have these shades in my collection, maybe even in one palette. Well, maybe not exact shades in one palette, but similar shades in one palette. So I kind of want to just do it on camera, kind of go through my shadows, some that I think might be dupes. And I thought it'd be fun to do it with the camera. And I feel like my lighting is weird. I feel like I've said this in every single video for like past 2 or 3 weeks since I got this ring light. I'm still kind of figuring out how to use it. I feel like I look a little bit overexposed right now, but we're figuring it out. So anyways, if you guys want to see what kind of dupes I can come up with for the Dose of Colors Snow Angel palette, just keep watching. So I was looking for my palettes and I really didn't find one that I felt like hit this palette on like the nail on the head, like it was just an exact spot on dupe. But I did feel like it was very reminiscent of the ColourPop Zodiac palette. The Zodiac palette does have that really beautiful pop of like periwinkle blue. It has a matte deep purple. It does have kind of that mauvey light brown shade that's in the Dose of Colors palette, and it also has, what's the other shade in there? I think the other shade is like a matte, it's like a matte navy, matte black. This palette does have a black, but it's kind of shimmery, but if you tap off your brush before you apply it to the eyes, the glitter does go away. But it is also missing kind of that brighter pink that's in that palette. But this was just a palette that I thought if you wanted to get kind of a similar vibe, I would go with this one. I'm going to be pulling some shades from this to dupe the shades in this palette exactly, well, as close as I can from this photo. So yeah, so let's jump in. And like I said, that first shade is kind of that nice mauvey brown color. So to dupe that, I'm going to take the Libra from the ColourPop Cosmetics The Zodiac palette. This is one of my favorite shades in that palette. This one is a satin finish, and I believe the one in the palette is more of a matte finish. But this performs beautifully in the crease. I haven't had really any issues with it at all. So there's that one swatched on my arm. Then the next shade is more of a brighter, like mauvey pink. I don't feel like it's super like in your face, but it definitely is pink. So to dupe that one, I'm going to go into my Bad Habit After Hours palette. This one is a dupe for the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette, so that palette would also work if you have that in your collection. I'm going to go into the shade Flushed right here. Now, I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell from these photos because I haven't seen swatches how bright and how like punchy this pink is. But I think this is still a beautiful, kind of soft pinky mauve shade that really does complement the other colors in this palette. So here are those two shades swatched side by side. But there is kind of a softer option. I did also reach into my Blush Tribe Blossom palette right here. For a bit of a brighter option, I thought maybe Peony would be more of a similar shade. It's still more of a muted pink. It's definitely not like a neon pink, but it is quite a bit brighter than Flushed, which we just swatched. So I'm going to swatch both of those on my arm just so we can kind of get a feel for the pinks. I feel like actually I really should have layered these. You know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to wipe this off just after I show you guys. So here is Peony from the Blush Tribe palette. So I'm going to actually wipe Peony off and layer it on top of Flush because I feel like that will just create the perfect tone of pink. And I completely realized that dipping into different palettes and layering shades isn't necessarily duping these shades exactly or really saving you money if you were to go out and buy these palettes, but this is just kind of me encouraging you to shop your stash, see what you have in your collection that could be comparable to this. So here are those two shades mixed. I feel like that is definitely closer to what I see in the pan of the Snow Angels palette. So the next shade is this beautiful, like, I can't tell if it leans more cranberry or more purple. I feel like it could go either way. So for that one, the one that I really thought of as a dupe immediately was once again in the Zodiac palette. and that was the shade The Sagittarius. Now this is a beautiful matte purple. This is one of my favorite matte purples that I have in my collection. I honestly have been looking for a purple this tone for like years, and I was so excited to see that it was in the Zodiac palette, because I feel like all the other purples are more, almost more cool toned, and I tend to like a bit of a warmer purple just because I like warm tones. So I'm sorry that was quite a messy swatch, but there's that shade. I think these three shades right here would just be stunning as a very simple like all matte eye look. You could blend the first shade kind of up into the crease, this one all over the lid, and then this one in the outer corner. I think that would be absolutely beautiful. The next shade, I feel like this is the absolute star of the show. It's kind of this beautiful periwinkle blue, and again I'm going to dip into the Zodiac palette, and this was another shade in here that I was just so excited about, and I'm going to dip into the Aquarius. This shade is also matte, but it is just the most beautiful like periwinkle blue. I love it so much. It's unlike anything else I have in my collection. So there is that color swatch with the other shades. I feel like they're getting twisted. But here are all those shades together. I think it's just absolutely beautiful. Now this last shade is where I'm having a little bit of difficulty because I think it's a matte navy. I'm almost certain it's matte navy. And the only matte navy that I have in my collection at this moment is in the Morphe 35M palette, and it is the shade Transformer. And this shade tonight, it looks kind of black in the pan, but it's navy once you swatch it out. I've only used this shade twice, if I'm being totally honest with you guys, but I did not have the best experience with it, so I'm hesitant to use it as a dupe because I didn't really have a good experience with it, so I don't actually really want to put it on my eyes again, but I should give it another try. It swatches really pigmentedly, but I had a really hard time blending the shade on my actual eyelid. But there are the swatches of my dupe palette. I'll do a little close-up right here. So here's a close-up of those swatches so you guys can really see the colors a little bit better. I think I did a pretty good job shade-wise, kind of duping these colors. I think this is just an absolutely beautiful color scheme, really unlike anything that we've been seeing lately because we've just been seeing lots and lots of warm tones and cranberries, but I think this is super fun for winter. But that's gonna conclude this dupes video. Did you guys kind of shop your stash with me? Someone told me that they were literally shopping their stash while I was kind of going through my swatches the last time I did a video like this, and it just like warmed my heart. It made me so happy. Do you guys kind of go through your stash and kind of look and see what you have and compare it to the new stuff? I'm trying so hard to do that because I'm putting myself on a low buy, no buy. I have a haul that I'm filming, and then I'm also gonna film my low buy, no buy intro, announcement, whatever thing in with that haul because I need to stop, I need to take a break, I need to use what I have and really enjoy it. So yeah, that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any more videos from me. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!